Krav Maga? I choked myself. Okay. That's a little wild. A little crazy. All right, folks, you are listening to the Reholstered Podcast. We're starting there. I think I've been recording this entire time for that reason. And I can't get my cameras up, so hopefully this works. Welcome to the... I can't get it on there.
So we're starting.
Oh, I meant to put a sandbag on that as well. And it just didn't work.
We're not recording, are we?
Oh, we've been recording for the last 7 minutes.
A lot to cut out.
There's a lot to cut out. It's okay. It's the Reholstered Podcast, guys. Welcome. Today we're talking...
Episode 8 or something, and I feel pretty worn out. I've been on 50% of them.
That's about true.
Dying.
Today we're talking about turkeys. It's turkey season. We're deep in the middle of it. Before we talk about turkeys, Riley, hit them with that promo code, man.
Use promo code Reholstered May for 15% off your holster purchases.
15% off. Use Reholstered May. Let us know. Are you using the code? Hit us up on Instagram or on Facebook. Shout out to everybody who uses Facebook. Got some intel about Facebook and the young people this week or today. I thought I knew what was going on, and I was right.
I thought it was just used for lowballing people on Marketplace, but apparently you're old if you're on there.
Man, I'm not successful on Marketplace at all. I have a number of things on my Facebook Marketplace, and none of them are moving. Is it overpriced? What's the technique?
It's overpriced.
Get out of here, man.
How many listing views are you getting? Any saves? If people are saving it, they're just waiting for that price drop.
Listen, brother, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, see, it's all about the analytics.
It's all about the analytics. Is it about the analytics when it comes to turkey hunting?
Dude, I don't know what it is when it comes to turkey hunting.
Is it all about the analytics when it comes to turkey hunting?
You know, some I think would say yes, but when you're as naive as we are and just out there making noises,
bro,
I think it's a wild. See, here we go. He's gonna start telling you how good he is at calling.
Dude, I feel like I am like the Dirk. What's his name? What's the elk? What's the guy's name from Phelps? Not Phelps. It's It's the other one, isn't it? Dirk Durham.
Dirk Durham. Yeah.
I feel like I'm the Dirk Durham. That's all that of turkey calling, bro. I've been calling them in. Haven't shot anything.
I call being the Corey Jacobson of turkey.
No, what's the elk nut?
Oh, Paul Mandel.
I'm Paul Mandel of turkey hunting or turkey calling. Mandel? I've been proud of myself for calling them in. And here's the thing: it's first year hunting. You know what I'm saying? I'm fresh in the game. I have not shot a turkey. You've shot a turkey.
I shot a turkey.
I've seen a lot of turkeys, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. Take us through you shooting the turkey. How many times had you gone out at that point?
I think I've done the most turkey hunting I've ever done in my life.
You got the itch.
I think it's your fault.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
I think a little competition may have came in. No, I'm just playing. But
no, you're not.
Well, no, when you get to create content for work and tie it in with something you like, well, why not go try to kill some birds?
Come on, man.
So I think that's kind of where it started. I mean, between you and I, we were going out quite a bit. Yeah. We did some hunting in Idaho, which we have some cool footage of with our one of our finance guys, Daniel Deuce.
Shout out Daniel Deuce.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was fun just to kind of not be carrying a weapon or a tag and just be along for the ride. That was kind of the first time I've done that. But back to me. Mm-hmm. I'd hunted probably like a week's worth of mornings and afternoons. Even got out there with my 8-month pregnant wife one of the days. That was pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And believe it or not, she said she was uncomfortable. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Shout out Haley and
But so probably like a week's worth, like I'd say 7 solid attempts. Mm-hmm. And just really learning. I think that's what's cool. We're both kind of just learning because, I've always hunted turkeys in it kind of I picked up a tag type thing. Just grab the shotgun if you hear them gobbling and try to move in on them, and never really setting up with decoys and actually
actual intention
calling them. Yeah. And like, you know, watching all the videos and getting into it. So yeah, I think it was, what was that, last week?
Yeah, last two, or was it last week or before last?
Maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago.
No, it was last week.
Early last week? It had to be early. It had to be Monday or Tuesday.
It was like a Monday.
Crazy.
Yeah, because then I went on my fishing trip, so I took a break.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So yeah, last week, because it matters.
Right.
Last week, went out early in the morning, got in where I knew they were roosting. Mm-hmm. And of course, it's right on I'm hunting the same property we did our coyote hunt at. Right. And of course, they're right on that property line. I mean, they roost in the corner of the property line, or on the other side of the property, but where they fly down, it's in the corner. Yeah. And it's kind of a 50-50 shot if they go on our property or the neighboring property. Yeah. And of course, you know, I can hear them come down and they're gobbling up a storm, but I can hear their facing the other way going onto the neighbor's property. And they've been hunted pretty hard at this point, so I'm like, yeah, of course. So I'm calling and, you know, giving them time, playing the hard to get game. Yeah.
Give them a full call and then a little peck, or what?
Just some clucks, man. Just letting them know there's a hen over here.
Do you think of what you're saying?
The more I do it, I am, because I had always gone out there just bah, 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 and like long notes, you know. Yeah. But now I'm a little more intentional with those clucks and, you know, maybe those 3 notes. Shout out the hunting public boys for that tip. But yeah, just playing that slow play. Don't always, you know, make them want it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what pulled that tom over, because eventually he landed on the neighbors, was walking away. You could hear what direction he was facing because it's a valley, and I heard his head turn, and I was like, oh, I got him. Nice. So he came in, crossed the neighbor's fence, and came into, I think it was like 7 yards, and I stuck him with an arrow. He was attacking my decoy.
I was going to say, what was your decoy setup?
Just about like a 45-degree angle off of where he was going to come. So if he, you know, got hung up in front of me and didn't want to come in, then I could stick him there. Yeah. But it was like a 45-degree off at about 7 yards. I shot him right on the decoy. And I just made sure I knew they were going to be on that fence line, so I made sure they were as wide as possible so they could see that they're turkeys. Yeah. And I don't know if this is right or wrong, people, but it worked. Yeah. And I just put him kind of close. I've got like a half strut tom, so I just made it look like he was moving in on that hen.
And so when the turkey came in, it saw their wide side. It was, that's what you're saying about wide.
Yeah, because he was hung up on that fence line on the neighbor's property. I knew he couldn't see my decoys, but I was hitting him with the call, and he would strut up a little bit and then kind of chill out and be looking around. And the minute I could tell when he saw those decoys, and you might be able to see it in the video, he starts like that quick little and then, you know, halfway through struts up a little bit, and then he gets in close, and then, you know, he stayed up and started doing his, what do they call that scratching or whatever, that but just getting pissed off. Yeah, and that was... Shot him, he dropped pretty quick.
7 yards. 7 yards, that's a pretty close shot, but I mean, bow and arrow, you shaking?
Oh, dude.
Shaking bacon?
I get buck fever like no other. Whether it's a doe I'm shooting, a turkey, a coyote, I shake like a leaf. It is so bad. Yeah. And actually in the video too, I'm like joking around because I was filming on our little gimbal, and you can't tell it's on a gimbal because I'm shaking trying to film this bird. It's ridiculous. But,
dude, that's so funny.
But you've been having some luck out there,
dude. Well, not
experiences.
Definitely experience. Definitely learning a bunch, which has been the kind of cool part. Not like the really cool part, being kind of new to the whole thing. And even just like the first time I went out to my in-laws' place, and they live, you know, kind of, it's like there's this open area and like there's private around it, but then there's public in the middle, and just going out there, hiking up, you know, just I've gotten to the point where I'm not doing a whole lot of like calling while I'm walking. I'll like set up in one place, or I'll start out, call, see if I can hear something, maybe hit a little owl, see if I can get something to pop up. And then, and this is like early in the morning. The first time I did it, I go to my in-laws' place, and I'm walking up. They have this massive hill that you have to walk up. And I'm walking up this hill, and I get pretty much, and at that point I was calling as I was walking just to see if I can, hear something. And I get up this hill and I call a little bit more, and all of a sudden I hear, come on, man. I was like, it's a dude that clearly is like, because it's a weekday too. So I'm like, maybe it's just a dude who lives around here and he wants to let me know that because it was like a ridge over, like on the other side of this creek. And I was like, maybe dude just wants to make sure that I'm not gonna go down this massive hill, up the other side, and then on his side of things. I was like, maybe dude's just very territorial. But every so often, and I was like walking away, I would hear, I was like, what in the world it was loud. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So I'm like, all right, bro, I'm gonna take off the other way. So I keep walking, and I'm walking. This is the first time I'd been out. And I get up, and I'm just like posted up. I didn't hear nothing. But I did hear, though, was that, like, I think they call it drumming, but I don't know if that's what the drumming that they're talking about. But you hear like this, do, 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 do. I kept hearing that. And I was like, maybe I'm having a heart attack. Maybe I'm the only one who hears this. It's in my chest or something like that. And so I finally decide to go. They have a log blind up there. I finally decide to walk up to the log blind, and I'm like, at the very least, I can learn how to use my scratcher, my little box, and some calls. And I'm just like learning how to do stuff. In my mind, I wasn't gonna see anything or hear anything. I'm just gonna like be in the woods and at least learn how to use some of this stuff. And I get to scratching, and all of a sudden you hear something off. Actually, at that point, I hadn't heard anything, and I was like, man, let me just try my little owl call. So I pull my little owl call out, and I give just a quick just, and it wasn't even good. It was, my owl, I don't do owl for real, but I just did that, and all of a sudden, it like scared the crap out of this Tom, and it was close, like up there. They got mountain lions, they got all type bear, apparently they got all type coyotes for sure, and so those toms, they don't be firing back a lot, and so this tom was like, I would say 30 yards, like to my like left, and I could literally see this thing, and so I'm like, oh shoot, stay still, because I remember we had hunted together. And the whole thing was we moved, and that kind of like blew the hunt. And so I was like, stay still, don't move a muscle. And I'm trying to film this hunt. So I'm like, man, like, I just want him to come over. And I don't know anything about clucking and all that stuff yet. So I just want him to come over. And he's walking over, and he's looking at my decoys. And he's like, and I just have the two hens out. And he's looking. And then he kind of just like walks behind this tree, and I'm like, maybe he's just trying to get an angle on him. It's over.
Surprise attack.
Yeah. It's over. And so I'm like, man, that sucks. But it was cool. And so I'm the whole time I'm trying to like scratch to bring him back, And all of a sudden, from down behind me, I hear, and I'm like, man, okay, we got one on the line, and he's coming towards me. I called him in just now. So I get to scratching again and get to use the hen box, and I'm doing all this stuff, and I keep hearing him come behind me, but I think he's gonna like circle me and go up towards the hen, because I'm calling, he's responding, and I don't know anything about clucking yet, and I'm just giving him full blown just
getting after him.
And what I had learned before, I was giving a little like, but then the more that I would, and this is when I kind of fell in love with this box, I was at towards the end when he really started coming in, I was like, Like just like digging in there. The more I would like, I think that's what got me excited. The more I would dig in and make it like super like raspy and all that kind of stuff, the more he would just like, you could tell he was coming up that hill to the point that dude came up the hill, and you can see it on the video. Oh, you can't see him on the video. He comes up.
Guys, the videos of Tyler are the most genuine things I've ever seen in my life. I will say they are cute. It's so cool to see somebody actually fall in love with hunting real time.
Oh, dude, no,
you don't get that a lot.
Oh, nah,
late onset hunting is real.
Oh man, I'm in it too. Like in it. But this turkey comes up, and it's like 10 yards behind me to the left, and the camera is shooting this way, and then this little funky robin, or I don't know what kind of bird, sparrow or something, it comes, and this has actually happened to me multiple times. It comes up, and I'm in the log blind. So the turkey's coming up, and I can hear the turkey walking right behind me, and this little bird, actual bird, comes up and lands on the log blind, looks me in the face and goes, twinkle, twinkle. And then because you know, when the turkey comes up, you hear that little bloop,
yeah, the clucks.
Yeah, whatever it is. And I was like, oh, he's going to walk beside me. I'm going to be able to like spin the gun, or I'm going to be so still that it's going to see these hens and it's going to walk in front of me. I'm going to have the perfect shot. Man, that little bird snitched on me, man. I swear. It went twinkle, twinkle, and that little thing would bloop, 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 and walk straight away. And I was like, ah. And I'm like freaked out, busted or whatever. But, you know, in that moment, you're like, yo, like, good or bad, I just called a bird to me. You know what I'm saying?
You learn what works and what those specific birds, more importantly, learn where they are for next time, because they're creatures of habit most of the time. Like, so it gives you a shot, but I know this story gets even better. Dude,
so I'm like, in the moment, I'm like, yo, that was a cool experience. Thank you, God, for me just being out here in the woods and seeing birds and all this kind of stuff. And I was excited. And so I get to packing up, and I'm like, man, I'm cool with that being it. You know what I'm saying? It was a cool day, whatever, you know, it was a great experience. And so I'm packing up cameras, and my shotgun is like off to the side, you know, wherever it is. And I get to packing up, and I went out and got the hens and brought them in. And then I literally look up randomly, and I just see this Tom, big old Tom, staring at me. It's like walking up this trail, like right in front of me, just staring at me, walking towards me, just look, silent. Actually, at first I didn't hear him at all, and then as soon as I saw him, I instantly just like get into this like pause, like, cause like he has seen me this sick is good. It ain't that good though. I'm like walking around making noise. I'm crazy, y'all. So I'm laughing to myself, like replaying this story. I can't wait to tell this story to people because I know how crazy that story was. Man, this turkey is just sitting here looking at me, and so I pause, and I'm like slowly trying to like get towards my gun, and then I know I want to film the thing too, so I'm like slowly trying to mess with Ken. Every time he would like go down to like pick at the grass or whatever, I would like try to like slowly grab my gun and position the camera, and it was on my phone, so I was trying to like get it to like go on here. Dude, it was so, and finally just like walked off. I was like, dude, you gotta be freaking kidding. 3 freaking times on my first time out there. So I get down and I tell my father-in-law all this, and I tell him the whole story. He doesn't care about turkeys. I'm telling him this whole story. And he's like, Tyler, you know what that first sound was? I was like, no, what was that? He's like, that's a bear. We got bears in this area. I was like, man, we're trying to get spring bear. We talked about doing a 3-day spring bear hunt in the mountains. You got to get shout out to Mark Livingston. You got to get 7,000 feet elevation or whatever it is. Get to the snow line. It's a bear in my in-laws' backyard, and I could have shot it, man.
Going after the wrong species.
Bro, all I had to do was one of these.
To shoot. Is that it? I hope
that's my predator. That's my what's it called? Jackrabbit, not cottontail. That's my jack. All I had to do was hit one of these. Come on, man. I'd have had that bear. I know everybody in this office is like, what is happening right now?
Such thin walls.
I know. But I get down there and he's like, Tyler, man, that was a bear, dude. And I had a shotgun. I didn't have my 7 mil with me. But dude, it was so exciting to just experience that much wildlife in one morning. Like, turkey hunting, I mean, you could do it all day long if you want. But for us, it's been like couple hours, 3-4 hours.
We're also doing this before work, right? Like
Yeah.
We're getting out there before the sun comes up, setting up on turkeys, and we have kind of a set amount of time.
Yeah.
Now, if we get one, it's a little more excusable to show up a little bit late.
Oh, for sure.
But,
especially if you have footage of it.
You don't want to be coming in late, so it's like, we're just getting them off their roost, and we don't have that kind of midday play that we see quite a bit on the YouTubes. But I think in both of our experiences, we've learned a couple of really important things in our learning of turkey hunting, and that story is 100% the first, a great depiction of the first rule, and that's give it 30 more minutes.
Oh, dude, come on,
than you
man.
think, because that's how that tom that I shot went off. I was like packing up. I'm getting restless. I'm like looking at the time, like it's time to get out of here. Those birds went so far into the public or private land that we're gonna get on out of here. But that extra 30, even 15 minutes is all it takes sometimes for those toms or hens or just something to come through. What was the other? There were kind of 3 key things that I picked up from a blog from Kuyu that we've been kind of preaching and playing with. One was definitely waiting. What were those other 2? I'm spacing them right now.
I think one of them was not. It was like the timing of your, basically like the slow play.
Yeah. Oh yeah, play hard to get.
Yeah.
You don't need to be screaming at them all the time. Just because they're responding doesn't mean they're interested.
Yeah.
You got reaction gobbles, that high pitch, loud noise. That's why crow calls work. That's why owl calls hurt, and if you're using a coyote call, that's why those work, because it kind of shocks them, right? And then what was that last one? You pulling that up?
Yeah, I'm
that's
trying
their
to
gear list.
See if I can find the tips and tactics.
Yeah, it was written by. I would like to shout that guy out too.
Do you remember who
wrote it?
Better. Okay, stay.
Oh yeah, this is it here.
Okay, so number 1.
That was the better late than. Better be early than late. That is so true.
Yeah, that's what I did my second hunt.
Yeah, and I think it was about I took a buddy out who ended up shooting a tom as well, Ryan. The first day we went out, we came in and we're hunting deer properties, so there's quite a bit of feeders everywhere. And we were walking past one of the feeders, and it wasn't even I could hardly see, and those toms were in on that feeder already. And we're trying to catch them before they get to that feeder right off the roost. So that whole day was over. Yeah. Like we went and played around where we shot that coyote, but couldn't get him to talk. The wind this April, this spring weather has been brutal, man. The wind, they don't talk. I mean, you can't get a call, 100 yards. It's locating them is such a pain in the butt. Yeah. It's brutal. But yeah, so, and then there's another one, though, that I found to be so true.
Don't blow a coyote.
I'm sure this is very entertaining here. Pinpoint where they roost. We have the luxury of just knowing where they're at kind of all the time. It's just what they're doing when they come off the roost.
Even the ones that, even those there's 3. I thought it was 2. There's 3 now. I got a little honey hole in this other spot where we took our coworker Daniel, where I kind of know where these 3 toms are coming from. It's like some private land, and that's a whole nother, thing. Just like the idea of being able to like call in a tom from the private land where they know they're safe. Yeah, they've never experienced. Oh, dude, just these animals look crazy. Y'all didn't experience. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all don't know what we're laughing at right now. These animals look crazy. Okay, here we go. Clean cut. These animals look crazy, but they are smart, man, and they know what is good territory and what's bad territory.
Yeah. Totally.
Go ahead.
Well, I would even go, and I don't think this is even a stretch. They know the calls. Like, they know the diaphragm that I used to use just to get them to go off back in the day, like a couple years ago when I just had no interest in it. I thought it was funny to get them going. Yeah. But, like, now I had to switch up my diaphragm because they've learned, like, oh, that's not a potential mate or whatever. That's somebody, a predator, essentially. Yeah. Like, I truly believe that they learn those different pitches and stuff.
People talk about that with coyote hunting too, where you're just like educating these, like if you're doing certain things, you might be educating that, species or whatever it is.
Well, that's why this blog, I believe, says don't use those coyote calls and be careful of gobbling on public land. Interesting. Just because everybody and their mom is out there throwing around a gobble to locate.
My second and third hunt went well, but go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, just calling cadence.
Oh yeah.
Just like it's much like what the elk nut preaches. Like how you're presenting your elk calls. Like, are you fired up? Like, why are you fired up for no reason? Like, you got to ease into stuff. Like, that hen, maybe she's just sitting clucking around, because she's happy and she's not fired up, and bop, 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 super fast, like, just play it slow.
Dude, that's some of like on these second and third ones that I've been at in my little honey hole area. That's one of the things that like has been really cool to see is just like, certain toms will even respond better. Or even like distinguishing between a Jake and a Tom, like some of them will respond better to a lighter or a harsher call, and like in the earlier morning, giving it that like burp, 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 instead of just a full blown raspy old hen, loud like come on, let's go ahead and do it, holla at me. Dude, it's very
exactly
interesting.
What they're saying,
bro. I have a full conversation when I'm hey daddy, that's when I'm like really calling them in. It's interesting. It goes from I'm over here to no, you come to me to no, I'm right here. I can't move. Holla at me real quick. Come on over. And then it gets in, no, please come over. I like go through this whole thing in my head. And that comes from the elk nut, really. It comes from him because he talked about it on one of his little, one of his seminars where it's like, you got to like speak their language, man. So I'll be like, hey, daddy, I'm over here.
Oh, wow.
No, I get into the full blown.
No, it is the mindset you got to be in, I feel like.
Yeah.
Just got to get them in there.
Dude, got
to just get them to see the decoys.
And that's where I've been struggling these last two times. I've been able to call in the same three toms 2 times in a row. First time, I was in a position where I think it was probably too much brush in the way, and they didn't have a clear path. And I didn't realize it until after the fact, but there was like a fence that like that impedes them kind of walking over it. So I get that first time, I didn't get blown out or anything, but I knew they weren't going to, come up that hill. And so I was like, man, I got to go to work. Like, I got a meeting. I had to like walk back with the meeting in my ear.
Cut that.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, this is content. I'm good. They were talking about getting gunless content. I was getting gunless content except for that shotgun and the chest holster. That's true. But it's content, so it's okay. But I just remember like at the end of that hunt, I stood up and was like, man, these turkeys are right. I could see the turkeys. I could see them right there kind of looking for where this girl was. And the second time I went into that same place, but I moved a little bit, and you could see it on the video. These turkeys stay literally on the property line. And it was like perfect shot. Head ringer, that had been gone. It was only, those things were probably only 10, 15 yards in front of me. Man, and just being able to, and that's another thing that kind of made me feel confident. I don't know if I could say, you can't say as a hunter, you're not a hunter. Are you a hunter on when you kill something, or are you a hunter upon the trial?
Are you fishing if you don't catch anything?
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's not catching. It's fishing.
Okay. That's
what I tell myself every time I get stung. Yeah, you're a hunter.
So
man.
I'm a hunter. Good, because I bought this very expensive initial ascent backpack, and I hope that counts for something.
That's why you don't have good decoys.
Listen, these decoys are going to get. Look at this bad boy. Come on, this thing. Shout out to Cabela's. This bad boy is finna get me. This is gonna start a fight to the point where I'm gonna get some. Listen, he's gonna jump on it and be like, "What the heck?"
You know what we should do? We should take my fan from my turkey.
From your other one, and just put it up. Oh, you saw it here first. We might have to do this, ladies and gentlemen. But this is have I used this? I used this on this last time. But what's been happening is so the first time they were down the hill. The second time they just would not leave that property line, dude. And I was like giving them, like in the video you can see. At first I thought there were two of them, and in the video you can see like they're like searching for this hen, and they're like right there, and I'm giving them that bark, 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 all three of them. But the one in the back was the one that was really strutting, and you could see his fan out, and he's big and everything. And it was so crazy to have a shot and not be able to take it.
Yeah, if you guys have tips on what to do in that situation, let us know.
Oh, come on, man.
You got a hung up Tom.
5 feet behind, 5 feet towards me. That's a dead bird. And it was clear shot. I'm lined up. I could clearly see, like, this is a dead bird. And he gave me time. But 5 feet, too close.
Makes you wonder, what sort of calling sequence could you do?
Just get him really excited,
yeah.
So he walks.
Or could you raise a fan there? Just a little flash of a fan.
Interesting.
I don't know.
What I did now was I cleared out a space where they could clearly walk towards me and they could clearly see, and it changed my angle a little bit. But what I'm really worried about is shooting a bird and then it flying.
Dude, it'll be fine. That load will do it.
Yeah? Yeah. Okay. I'm shooting that Magnum. That what was it? I can't even think what the load is.
It's 4. It's like those 3-inch Magnums.
Dude,
they're mean, man.
Those
things drop so fast. If you put a good shot on them, you're not.
Dude, this was. The shot that I had on that one that was kind of coming over that little stump or whatever it was. It was just a clean headshot. Like his head would have been gone, just over. But
man, dude, just buy the expensive Washington tag and we'll go hunt those birds I've been on.
Dude, the other thing too is I'm excited to get back out to my in-laws' place.
Said nobody ever.
Yeah, seriously, this is not happening, dude.
I do get 7 turkeys though.
I know, that's the crazy thing. I get 4 a year.
And you have elk.
That's true. And mountain lions.
And a tag for wolves.
Coyotes and wolves and everything. Bear. And you guys have a bear season either, do you?
Yeah, it's just not spring bear.
Oh.
The spring bear that you're wasting away.
Come on.
I'll go buy my spring bear tag. I have an Idaho license. We talked about this.
This is true. And I'm not going on those trips in May, so
I'm having a baby.
That's true. Congratulations. Right, guys, Riley's having a baby.
Thank you.
I'm excited for you though. That's gonna be. I wonder if you're gonna be a very different person when you come back.
No, dude, it's still all about me, dude. I'm just kidding.
Snowboard, hunt, whatever, archery, elk. Forget that kid.
Babe, I'm leaving for 2 weeks. Going hunting.
I know guys like that.
Still doing it.
Shout out to the fam.
Can we cut all that?
Nope. If we're not cutting me buying an expensive initial ascent bag, we're not cutting everything you just said. Speaking of massive initial ascent 5K on a turkey hunt, what do you take when you go turkey hunting?
I carry my decoy bag with 2 decoys, and that's it.
Is it? Because I had
and the camera that I'm lugging around.
And, yeah, you carry the smallest camera we have in this studio.
Got a Tom on the board, and I got it just out of frame.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you even... yeah.
Hey. Come on, man. I'm trying.
we saw... all I'm saying is, if you had multiple angles,
I don't know. Maybe. I got a lot more to think about with that bow, man.
That's true. No,
I'm just kidding. It's not.
No, it's true. I don't. But that does speak to some one of my traditions. Can you guys get 7? You get 7 a year, or
3 in the spring?
Okay,
4 in the fall.
Okay, we get 2 and 2.
Yeah,
I believe, which is exciting because that's like Thanksgiving time.
Yeah,
it'd be cool to like actually go out, shoot a turkey, and then prepare it in a way where you can, if you got family coming over, say, I know people don't like, quote unquote, don't like wild turkey.
That's the other thing. Let us know how you cook your turkeys.
Yeah, for sure.
I did a 24-hour brine that I got from the Meat Eater website. So nice. I'm curious to try it. It's frozen right now. But
shout out Steve and them. Come on the podcast, bro. You know what time it is, man. Give us the tips. Steve, Renella, I'm talking specifically to you right now, the voice over at Meat Eater. How do you cook a turkey? We should post this one. Listen, over here at Alien Gear Holsters, let us know if you need anything. Let us know, man, how y'all cook turkeys. I personally haven't got a turkey yet, but when I do, I'm thinking, turkey fryer experience, just dip the whole thing and just watch flames go crazy.
No.
I'm just playing. The thing that got me excited about it was I was watching the Meat Eater episode where he took Rogan and I always forget the other dude's name.
Brian Callen.
Yeah, Brian Callen out. Rogan was like, nah, B, this is not for me. But he did at the end, he was like, people don't like turkey meat, but he did like a quick, it was like a...
Is that the turkey schnitzel?
Yeah, it's exactly what it was. I was going to say the wrong nationality, and I'm glad you got me.
Plugged in, dude.
Dude, she's so plugged in. That's what got me to, man, I should do something like this. He hammered it down a little bit. Come on, man. Wild turkey schnitzel? My wife's German.
Yeah, dude.
Norwegian.
Is that what that is?
Be honest, I don't know. Hopefully. Shout out to Steve, though. Come on the podcast, bro. Come on. Idaho, we out here.
No, I'm going to do like a slow cook on the legs, I think. Maybe try that turkey schnitzel. Got the chicken tendies. Yeah, the tenderloins. Yeah, maybe do some fried stuff with that. And then a chili.
Gizzards?
No, man, I'm sorry, I'm not there yet. I get 7 of them. We'll work up to it.
Okay. That's hilarious. But you said chili?
Yeah. Apparently, my stepdad was telling me about a time that him or Dan and Dan Staten and a buddy of his cooked some turkey chili for him. Said it was phenomenal.
Really? So
I might have to snag that recipe from him.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited. For me, it's just it's a thing of and I told my father-in-law this the other day because he was like, man, you say you want bear, but once you skin a bear, it's kind of like skinning a human, or, and then like the meat, a lot of people talk about the meat and different things, and even like shooting coyotes, or wolves, we both have pets. So we've talked about this on the coyote podcast, having a dog, but then shooting a dog essentially, that might, but I think what I told my father-in-law was like, these first couple of years, man, I really just want to get out there and experience everything. And then I'll probably hone down into deer and elk and maybe bear, turkey. Yeah, I know it's bad. I know.
I want a wolf. I didn't have. You're like getting me into hunting species. I was
come
never
on,
hunting.
Man, dude. And I think the reason why though is because in Idaho we have everything and we can hunt all of this stuff. And I'm like, man, and I'm seeing the whole side of it where there are coyotes, mountain lions, and bears affecting the population where I'm going to be hunting anyways.
That's the biggest thing.
That there's a part of it where, do I want a wolf? Absolutely. Are there wolves up there where I'm going to be hunting? Once every 5 to 10 years.
Just make sure to hunt them right on the Washington border, please.
Hey, I'll get them wherever I can. You can get money for wolves too in Idaho. I don't know if that's how it is everywhere else, but what's your bro's name from the NA?
Jake.
FC?
Jake Olson.
Jake Olson. Shout out to Jake Olson. Come on the podcast, talk about wolves. I want a wolf. And I told y'all this the other day. I want a wolf so that I can, I'm gonna hit up this taxidermist and I'm gonna skin it out, right? So I have a full headdress with the wolf and the tail.
Okay, that's not what you were saying.
What did I say?
You were making it sound like on that wall over there, you wanted to do like a deer type mount. Like it's.
I am after the fact.
The wolf coming out, that is gonna look so wild. just
on a shelf. I'm gonna put a shelf above my desk and it's gonna have a wolf head. The homie Chase Hallen at Far Away Lovely, he does this. That he doesn't do it to real animals. He does it to like busts, and then he'll put Pendleton on it.
Dude, look up Nick after this. Nick's my taxidermist. He's awesome.
Does he do wolves?
Yes, he does the stuffed wolf, like full stuffed wolf.
Okay.
Like they're stuffed animals almost.
Oh, see, I'm thinking something like this right here, but a wolf, bro. But not the Pendleton. I'm not to do Pendleton. I'm to do the actual wolf.
Oh, guys.
Bro, man. That would look great right there. A wolf. You walk in here. How impressed would you be? Come on, dude. And then what would you say? Is that a real wolf? And I'd be like, yeah. Who shot that? Oh, I shot that back in the day.
Well, I'm putting a jackalope over mine then.
Come on, you can put whatever you want. This is going to be the wall of fame. First things first, turkey feathers.
Have you came across a jackalope in the woods yet?
Is a jackalope a real thing?
Yeah.
Is it the little bunny with the antlers?
Dude, you got to be careful. They'll just...
Are they real?
Yeah, dude. That's honestly probably what you were hearing out there.
No. Actually, the second time, is jackalope a real thing?
Look it up, dude.
Dude, nah. We're talking about the same thing?
Yeah, dude.
How you spell it?
Well, look at it after that.
Is it real?
Yes.
That's not real. It's a mythical. I was like, there ain't no, because I see that. So, funny story. You know the snake pit?
Yes. That's where I stopped. Yeah.
Okay, so the snake pit used to have, it must be a fake jackalope.
It's real.
Like standing up in there, bro. Come on, man. Long story short, Tyler's trying to shoot a wolf. A mountain. I'm going for the Is there like a name for it? If in your first year you get a wolf, mountain lion, bear, turkey, elk, and deer.
I'll give you a pat on the back,
bro. That's a. If you get all that your first with a 7mm and a bow.
Let's figure that side out.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, shout out to Vortex. I just got a new Vortex scope for it.
Here I was talking about your bow.
Oh, that sight. Yeah,
your rifle.
Shout out to Trail Chrysler. Over at Go Hunt. He's been. I'm a little slow, y'all, and Trail's been walking me through the process, so I appreciate that. Yeah, seriously.
On those guys, go watch that moose hunt from
Brian Call
Gritty Films. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I didn't cry.
I didn't cry.
Didn't cry at all.
I didn't cry. What did Dan Cummins used to say? No, he didn't say there was onions in here. They have a name for it over at Bad Magic. How to like grown men who cry. There's like an actual name for it. It's hilarious. But no, that film is the part 1 and part 2. If you haven't seen it, it's on. Is it on the Gritty? Because he has a new YouTube channel. Is it the Gritty Films?
On the YouTubes.
Okay, he has a Gritty Films and he has a Gritty. What's it called? There's Gritty Films and then there's Gritty Gear and Podcast. The moose hunt is on the Gritty Gear and Podcast channel. It's called It's Just Work. Moose Hunt Part 1 and Moose Hunt Part 2. I really like those guys. Like we went to the that bear expo, the bear hunt, or I don't even know what it was called, the East Scouting Bear Expo, whatever it was. Man, like there's so much. I don't know if I've ever been into something where I've been able so easily to find dope people who are willing to give out really good information. I have hobbies where there are people who just like think they know everything and they're willing to give out whatever information and they don't want to work with other people. I feel like the people that I'm following in the hunting industry, you know, you got the Gritty, you got Brian Call, and you got Ryan Lampers, and they work totally fine with the dudes over at Go Hunt and Brady Miller and Trail and Lorenzo and all those dudes. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just not used to seeing that in the world that we live in right now. But it's, man, I don't know. This film was dope. Brady Miller killed this just mammoth, like literally mammoth of a moose. Seeing him carry that thing out Not the antlers. What are they called?
Yeah, antlers.
Antlers
Paddles.
or paddle? Yeah. On that initial ascent backpack, dude, and he's tall. He's like, could you imagine like you or me?
You or me? There's a significant height difference there. Those would be dragging on the ground.
Dude, I think Brady's like 6'5".
Oh my gosh.
Dude, he's so much taller than me even. And that thing, I mean, for scale, he's 6'5", and that thing was like maybe a foot from the ground. Like, that's crazy, dude. It's such a good film. So much information there. Also, have you seen Ryan Lampers has a film out with his daughter and this other couple where they're doing, they're shooting, what's it called?
Coos?
Sick of Blacktail.
Oh, it's
It's pretty cool.
I'll have to give that a watch.
I don't even remember how we got on that. Alaska Blacktail. That's what it is. Him and his daughter and another couple. It's just, I don't know, man. I feel like I get, my entire life, I get inspired by cool films. That's what has gotten me. That's what got me into skateboarding back in the day. It's what got me into shooting guns. It's what's got me into filmmaking, period. And now, like, hunting, I don't know if I would be as into hunting if there wasn't so much just cool content that makes you want to go and do. I see myself as a doer, but this like facilitates the desire over and over and over again. And, you know, there are companies out there who just do a really good job of, it's almost like they're marketing their lifestyle more than they're marketing the product. And it makes you fall, imagine that. And it just makes you fall in love with it, man. So I don't know. So good.
It's not that hard of a sell, man. The outdoors are pretty cool.
Look at that. I mean, we got some cool I want to go to Alaska. We got some cool habitat in North Idaho, but like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So much to talk about. Turkeys, though. How do you stay focused? You know how focused I am right now? I got all these calls in here right now, in my car, on my little roof, or on my little dashboard. Guess what's on there? An elk call.
I was just about to say I just switched up what I practice in the car from turkey to elk.
Yeah.
It's time to switch gears.
Oh man, I just need to get two. The tradition is I want to get one with the shotgun, one with the bow. I got to get the bow squared away.
Yeah, I'm going to go back out this weekend, I think.
Are you?
Maybe tomorrow now that we're talking about it.
I could have went this morning. I should have went this morning, but all my stuff's here. Completely forgot.
Oh, what's the weather look like tomorrow? It's so early.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too. How much more aggressive? It's May now. How much more aggressive are those toms going to be out there?
Gotta be dude.
What are we looking like?
40 degrees in the morning, sunny. It was 29 degrees when I shot that tom.
Really?
I was freezing. There was frost on my decoys. It's crazy.
Really?
And then when I went out 2 days ago, there was snow on the ground.
Yeah, it snowed a little bit day before last. Do you get hit with gnats as you're coming out? Like aphids or whatever it is? Dude, I'm going to start wearing a little face mask net thing.
God. If you guys have a product to sell, Tyler will buy it.
I am a consumer's consumer. And that's not true.
Dude, this is in Alaska up here, man.
Bro, I literally was choking on a gnat when I was packing up my gear.
Why are you
last
breathing
week.
so hard?
Because
you have so much gear.
Nah, because I was filming it. Listen. I will guarantee y'all this. When I actually shoot a bird, which is probably going to be this weekend, because I'm feeling very confident in my heart of hearts. When I actually shoot a bird, y'all are going to get a great film. I'll probably cry. Because the only picture that my father is dead. He died a couple of years ago. Got a little gruesome just now.
Dude, that was, man.
What?
I mean, I'm sorry to hear, but geez, that was really dark, man.
So dark. You want to hear how he died? No, I was playing.
Oh my god.
It's actually a pretty tough story. Like, as far as like a man's man goes, like, it was the most. I'm a man and I'm gonna protect my family as it can be when you. I should stop talking about this. It wasn't as intense as I just made it out to be. The only photo I have of my father is of him and his first turkey. So I'm gonna more than likely cry, and I'm more than likely gonna make a short film out of it. and it's gonna be called First Blood.
First Blood.
It'd be so much cooler if I was like the firstborn in our family.
Yeah.
Because then it would be like, what's it called? A double entendre? I don't know if that's the right
I don't
way
know.
to say
Those
that.
are big words.
Corey. What's a double entendre mean? Lil Wayne, triple entendre. Oh, dang it.
This just in, it is not the word Tyler just said.
Dude, I was so confident in my word usage, but I was completely wrong.
Dude, you gotta hit this with a little bit.
What are you talking about?
Like a little,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't
like these carbon.
I don't really use that as much as I do this little split wing thing. I'm gonna go get a Georgia Peach from Bone Collector. You know them? Was it Mike Waddell? We're dropping names in this podcast right now. That's how you know we're influenced. This little junk right here.
Nothing pisses me off more than being out there though, and this thing like won't. Have you had that?
Yeah.
And because it like gets worn down. That's why you go out and get the expensive ones.
Nah, see, let me show you. I know I listened to Bone Collector. You gotta scratch out one spot.
Oh.
So watch this. And I've learned too that you don't gotta do it. You ain't gotta be so rough with it.
I want to let you know something real quick before you do that. That we are giving to the public that we don't know squat about calling, and now we're showing them.
Oh no!
we had them convinced for a minute that we got a bird on the board.
Yeah.
We're having encounters every time we come out.
Yeah.
Now we're showing why we're not killing birds.
Listen to this. I'm gonna give y'all a call real quick. This is that split. This is that Primo's WP1. Shout out to the folks over at Primo's. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is how I get them in the morning, right?
Okay. I'm on roost.
That's not true. This is how I get them in the morning. You're on roost. This is what I do. And I give him a little bit of breath. I was in the wrong spot. You ready?
Just breathing.
Just a little breath. I said, I just said, good morning. This is a social media clip right here. This is at good morning. You ready? No. I'm going to put it in the microphone.
And they hear that from the roost? Is that the heavy breathing?
That's the heavy breathing. That's
good morning.
Oh, I just woke up. Let me fluff my feathers a little bit. And then I hit him with this. Then I hit him with this.
We were just talking about how it doesn't work all the time. It's your angle.
No, watch.
Dude, we're showing our hand here.
I hit him with this. This right here is the good morning. I hit him with that. You got to give him a little breath first. It's like that. Hi. But you can't go to a girl and be like, hey. You gotta be like, hey, shout it. But you gotta give him a little breath first. You ready for her? Here you go.
The angle's too aggressive.
No, it's not. Watch. Hi. There it is. I get mad.
We're gonna have to cut in clips of us having turkey encounters so people don't think we just made the last hour up.
These boys have never seen a turkey in the wild. Then once I start hitting with that a couple times, one of these.
That sounds good.
Hey, I'm over here. And then all of a sudden you'll hear probably about 200, 300 yards away. And then you know what he's saying is, hey, girl, what's going on? Come over here. And I've been like, nah, daddy, I'm over here. And I hit him with this. I get a little louder. This is technique right now. I should be on Sika's page.
There's always next year, folks.
Where's Bo? Bo, I could, you know what I'm saying, tag Bo in this. Bo, I got this from you, but I put a little bit of my spin on it.
A little bit of
my spin.
You just
in
reinvented the wheel.
I know, right? In the morning, I hit them with a, hey, I'm over here. Once they've answered that, hey, I'm over here with the baby girl, come over here, holla at me, I hit them with this. Actually, what I do is I transition. Once I get him with the hey, I'm over here, I hit him with this.
Oh, sorry.
I transition. You gotta use your tools. I hit him with it, especially if it's far away. I know they're coming this way. Because what has happened is, and I've learned this from a number of people, you're going against biology. You know what I'm saying? Biology would say the hen goes to the tom. Not right now. Not with the, hey, I'm over here. Once they get that,
I'm gonna go back to work.
once they get that, I hit them with the, hey, daddy. And that's what this sounds like. About 11. That last little part was a little much. I hit him with about 11, 12 of them.
11 or 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay.
Slowly go, and I said, "Come on, quit playing." That's what that is. Quit playing. I'm over here. And that's what gets them going right there. That's what gets them going. That quit playing. Okay. Right?
Now, let me guess. Are we going to transition into another call? Or
Well, no. It depends.
There's about 42 more of these.
Yeah, because, I'm calling mine in from 400, 500 feet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The private.
So I still get them with that raspy box, and then if they really get to going, I hit them with a deep one of these. Now, in that tempo too.
Now, is the bag with the chalk inside the box? Is that tech?
I keep them in there.
Okay.
Because you got to keep your stuff together. Kaizen.
You can't read that on the internet, folks.
That's right. Keep your chalk bag in there because you never know if it rains, all of a sudden your chalk is gone. You got to hit it with one of these. Dry it off because your breath is hot.
Okay.
Chalk it up again and get back into it. Hey, Daddy. Right? And then at that point, they're probably about 100 yards out.
Okay.
And you're not hearing no clucking yet.
Now, this is where the real tech comes in. I've never seen somebody work a diaphragm like this, man. Bo, he is having sessions to teach if you want to stop by Alinger Holsters.
Bo, listen, I know Sika featured you and everything, but this right here, this is what gets him. I use the split level. I don't know what's called, the bat wing. That's what I call it. It's the Primos the Primos WP1. And this is what you got to hit him with when there's about 100 yards out of him with one of these. Oh. Real soft at first, because you playing with him. You just gave him that dirty hand, that old hand. I'm over here. Come on with me. I'm ready to go. When you hit him with one of these, if you just listen to the podcast, you're not gonna see this. But in your mind, you have to think about when you're doing this dirty old hand like this. What you're really doing is this. I'm over here. You got to give him a little cleavage on that. And then once you give him a little cleavage, you know what I'm saying?
Oh no!
You got to stop it, and then you have to
turkey coming in.
You have to go back because you tease him. You go back to this, right? That high pitch.
Yeah.
You got to get that high pitch, all right?
Now, can you, for those that are just listening, kind of tell them how you're forming your mouth to that?
What you're doing is you're not pressing your tongue all the way to the roof of your mouth, but you're playing it kind of like it's a piccolo.
And do you always do it upside down?
What do you mean?
Do you always use the...
Yeah. Right there.
You use it upside down all the time? It was upside down.
No.
Yeah. You hear how raspy it was?
And that's why I did it upside down, because you want that raspy old hen. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all something. If you want to catch turkeys, there's a number of things you got to do.
Catch them, though. You won't kill them.
Yeah, I can catch them all day. I ain't killed nothing yet. But if you want turkeys to come in, you got to play with their emotions. That's why I go back to the mouth call. And because by the time they come in, I got that shotgun on my shoulder. I ain't got time to be messing with the box. I ain't got time to be doing the little... So I keep it in my mouth, ready to go. And hit them with this. When they're trying to find me, so they're about, what, 50 yards out? I hit them with that.
At this point, they might be a mile away.
Nah, I hit them with that.
Look at the mouth.
And then at that point, they about 25 yards out. Boy, and they ready. And so I start to hit them with this, right?
That's where you flipping it back upside down.
Yeah, and I hit them with this. Boy, and that gets them going. And that's how they locate me. And then what I need y'all's help with is, how do I bring them towards me about 5? All I need is 5 yards. Because I've already told them the story. They at the club. They found a girl at the club that they like. Then they're like, listen, girl, where you at? I see there's a bunch of dudes over here, but let me holler at you. Come holler at me. I'm right here. I'm right here. I just need them to get a little closer. Seal the deal.
It's always next year.
Listen, I got 2 more months left? Come on. And fall? Guys.
Oh, man.
Also, another thing we didn't mention was I carry my chest holster, and I started carrying my rangefinder on my chest holster because I want to make sure that in Idaho, it has to be a bearded Tom is what you can shoot. And sometimes them hens look a little masculine.
They do. They do indeed. No, I might give that a shot because I'm carrying my whole chest rig, my bino harness right now, and I don't use my binos
ever
out there. Well, while I'm turkey hunting, this particular spot at least.
Yeah, it's just heavy timber for me at least.
Yeah, same. So it's like I could lose some weight up front. I do keep my
calls in there.
But
see, I got a whole stash bag.
Yeah.
So if you guys know how to turkey hunt for real,
yeah, let us know. Let us know.
Feel free to drop us a line on the YouTube channel or in the comments on the pod. And make sure you go out and use code
Reholstered May for 15% off. 15%.
Anything else you want to say to the people?
Oh man, just help us, please.
Help. Let me hit them with one more. This is that. Come holler at your boy. Come holler at your girl. Wait a minute, I got the wrong angle.
If anybody wants to send us new calls, please.
Listen, we'll film them and everything. It'd be great. But I'm trying to tell you something. And then you hit them with that crow call.
Oh, not the crow.
The crow gets them every time, y'all. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
God. You're out of control.
Talking about content that sells. I don't even know.